I'll be more quiet here because this is a residential area. We are inside the Christian quarter, and as you can see, we are walking through St. George Street. Now, in front of us there is a Collage Terresante, okay, the College of the Holy Land, okay? Now, the Muslim conquered Jerusalem and the land of Israel at around 638, okay, in the 7th century. For around 250 years, they've been ruling the Christians and the Jews in Jerusalem, and they were basically picking on the Christians because they didn't believe them as a right religion, and they believed that Muhammad is the final prophet and nothing can come after him. So, in 1095, the Christians sent a letter to Urban II, which was the Pope, and the ruler of the Christian world in Rome, in the Vatican. He decided that in 1099 they would send the first crusaders to go and to save Jerusalem from the Muslims, to rebuild the destroyed Holy Sepulchre that Helen built at the 5th century, 600 years before, because the Persians destroyed it at 614, and to rebuild the Holy Sepulchre of Jesus, and then to establish orders in Jerusalem that would control the city. Some of those orders are a very important one. I go back again to Assassin's Creed because the Templar order was the ruler of the orders here in Jerusalem. Now, the signature or the sign of the Templar order was the Jerusalem cross. The Jerusalem cross. This is a very important signature and a very important symbol that relates to Christianity and Jerusalem. Why, you might ask? As you can see, there are 5 crosses here. Anyone can think of number 5 related to Christianity? Think. It is a very crucial moment in the life of Jesus. He had 5 on his body. When they put Jesus on the cross, what did they do to him? They nailed him, right?
Nails, yeah.
They nailed him. 2 in the hands, 2 in the feet, and the 5th. The Roman soldier pierced him, and blood and water came out of his chest. Here you have the symbol of the stigmata wounds of Jesus. Okay? Now, beside that, it refers to the unity of Christianity. Jesus and the 4 apostles. Okay? Now, the Templar order took this symbol, and it was the symbol of that order. Now, later on in the course of time, around 800 years ago, in the 13th century, there was a saint called Saint Franciscus. Franciscus from Assisi in Italy. And as you can see, he is memorized here. The symbol of the Franciscan order is like 2 hands, one with a sleeve and one without. Saint Franciscus had a miracle. He bore the stigmata wounds on his hands and feet. It was a miracle that happened to him. And since then he established the Franciscan order that eventually got the approval of the Pope to be the custodians of the holy structures in Jerusalem. And they took the symbol of the Templars and they adopted it to their order. So since 800 years ago until today, the strongest order that controls the holy structures in Jerusalem is the Franciscan order. And as you can see, this Jerusalem cross. The crown is the kingdom of heaven, and the bird is the spirit of God. And you have 2 hands. Everybody can see those 2 hands? Okay, one hand has a sleeve, which defines Franciscus. The other one without, which defines Jesus. This is the Franciscan order, and this is the Jerusalem cross. One of the most important symbols of Christianity in Jerusalem. Come, let's continue now. Okay. So I presume that most of you, maybe all of you, are Catholic Christians. Am I right? Yeah? Okay. So mainly Christianity is divided to Orthodoxy, Catholicism, and Protestantism. Yeah, the Protestants usually come from Germany, Catholic, rest of the world in Orthodox. This is one of the Orthodox Church of the Coptic Orthodox Church. The Coptic come from Africa, situated, based in Egypt. They were the rulers of the Orthodox Christian world in Africa until the 1960s, when the Ethiopian church was divided from them and got their own independence. After we visit the Holy Sepulchre, we will go to the Holy Sepulchre of the Ethiopians when we continue our tour. As you can see, they have a different way to bear the cross, and the Coptic Orthodox Patriarchate is situated, this is the St. George Convent, and we will see the Patriarchy after we visit the Ethiopian church. The Coptic were ruling most of the African denominations, and in the 60s, the Ethiopians specifically fought to get out of their hands, and now they are independent from them. So here we have another, don't mix with the Catholic Franciscans and Orthodox Coptic. So we have different denominations and different ways of belief in the approach of Christianity. So we have different patriarchies and we have different orders. So do not mix them between each other. Okay? Let us go. תגיד, המפה שהייתה שלנו, שהרסו אותה בטח, מי שם אותה? אני אקנה אותה. Get around here, this is a good angle because you can see the building. Very good. Everybody can hear me? Okay, so we talked about Franciscan Catholic. We talked about Coptic Orthodox. Now this is the Holy Monastery. This is the Greek Orthodox. This is the symbol of the Taphos. Okay, another Orthodoxy that originated from Greece. One of the oldest Orthodoxy denominations in the Christian world. Now, and from Catholicism came Protestantism in the 16th century. Here we see this building, as you can see, it's called the Church of the Redeemer. Okay, Church of the Redeemer was this area, this real estate, this area was given by the Ottomans to the king, the Kaiser of Germany, the King of Germany. Okay, and they built their church over there. It's very close to the Holy Sepulchre. We're going down now to a place called Muristan. Muristan in Persian means hospital. That is the 6th century BCE. But if we move forward to the 11th century AD, there was another order beside the Templars that were called the Hospitallers. They would be the people that would take care of all the pilgrims that would get hurt, mugged, beaten up, or so and so, and they would take care of them. So you hear the word within the name, Hospitaller? Hospital, very good. The word hospital emerged from this order, the order of the Hospitaller, order of the Christians from the 11th century. This is the place where they invented the concept of a hospital to take care of people. So until today, when you go to a hospital, always know that the word was derived from a certain order that was based here in Jerusalem in the 11th century AD. Follow me. Because I want to show you again the complexity of this city. In the 1970s, in 77, the municipality of Jerusalem wanted to give service to all the shop owners here and to do a sewage project, to open up, to widen the sewage pipelines and so and so. And accidentally, they found themselves, and as you can see, you're standing on a certain stone, I'm standing on a different stone. Can you see the difference? This is really nice shaped stone. This is really robust stone, yeah? And you see it's only a gap. It continues to be regular over there. They accidentally found a floor from the Byzantine era, around 400, 500 AD. So this is a 1500-year-old street. This, as you can see, is a very straight line. This is a part of the Decumanos. Decumanos in the Roman world. After the Romans conquered Jerusalem and destroyed the second temple of Herod, they started to build this as a pagan city. In a Roman world, you build a cardo and a Decumanos, which means a main road and side roads. Anyone been to New York City maybe?
No.
Okay. New York City is built just like the Roman era. The Romans invented how you build a city nowadays. You first build a main road and you do a crossroads that cross the main road. And this is one of the first ones that were here in the land of Israel when the Romans built. As you can see, it's very straight line, very straight, and the flow goes like this from north to south. So this one is the Cumanos, goes from east to west, sorry, and the north to south is the cardo. So here they accidentally found this and they renovated it and they kept it in this manner. So basically you're jumping from 20th century, 5th century, just like this 1,000 years in one step. Huh? You ready to go to the past? Yalla, follow me. Yalla, jump.
We're in the past.
רמזי, איפה רמזי? תקרא לו שנייה. היי אחי, אני בא אליך יותר מאוחר. אני בא אליך יותר מאוחר, זוכר אותי? תסלם יא אחי. חזק אתה. Okay. Do you have monasteries in Malawi? Do you have Christian monasteries? Monasteries, no. The origin, please open up for the search for the Mr. here. Welcome, welcome. So, in the 4th, 5th century, usually Christians, there were missionaries trying to spread the word. There were people as heretics. Shh. Hey guys. There were usually heretics, people walking in the desert, trying to spread the word, studying the scriptures and so on and so on. Eventually, there came a guy named Chariton, his name was St. George, and he established the first monastery in the Christian world. In the desert, when you're going to go to the Dead Sea later on today, when you go down all the way before Jericho, those monasteries are situated within the desert. Please open up. Open sesame, welcome. So, usually they lived within caves. But you know what happens when you live in a cave all day long? You go cuckoo, you know what I mean? You go wild. So, Optimus, or Euthemius, was the first person, one of the St. George students, that opened something that we call koinobion. Communal living, in working the scriptures, working the religion, being together, supporting each other as a community. And he did it again in the desert on the way to the Dead Sea, which you will go later on today. So we're going to show some respect to him. We're entering into the Muristan, that originally was a huge hospital here in the city of Jerusalem. Okay? And one more thing before we go, because it's going to be sunny there. Between the first and the second Crusaders' kingdom, that's around 1187 to 1192. Around 5 years, there was a very important figure that ruled here named Salah ad-Din. Salah ad-Din did a lot of the Okay, Salah ad-Din was an Ayyubi Muslim that ruled the city for around 5 years. And he did amazing, and he did a lot of changes into the city. And he gave specific families to guard the tombs of holy people in the city. We are now going to a Christian shop for you to have some ornaments for the Holy Sepulchre, because we're going to visit the church right after that. with the name of the Dajjani family. The Dajjani family was the custodians of the tomb of King David in Jerusalem from the 11th century, and they have been living here since then until today. It's a huge family here in the old city, very famous. We're going to meet Shadi, and you're going to enter into the shop for you to buy some ornaments if you want to bless on the anointment stone in the Holy Sepulchre. And then we will discuss, don't go, we're moving forward. Hey, don't go. And then we're continuing to the Holy Sepulchre that was enlisted by two Muslim families that, listen good, control the church until today. The opening hours, the opening of the door and locking the lock that opens the door to the church is controlled by two Muslim families from the 11th century, from 1187 until today, for over almost 1,000 years. And they passed the key from a father to a son, from a father to a son, since then until today. Yeah, let this guy pass and we will continue. Habibi.